I guess this is like a part two video to my recent video, Undercover Sambos. And in this video, what you would consider part two, I want to talk about, these people that say black people are complaining, and we're complaining about racism or discrimination or police brutality or things that are plain in daylight in front of us. But it seems like because some of us have gotten what we feel like is acceptance from certain ethnicities, we feel like this stuff doesn't exist or it's not directly affecting you at this moment, so therefore you feel like, oh, it's just an excuse or it's just black people complaining about something again. And what I want to say is that if you notice with a lot of black people and those who make YouTube videos, you got a lot of black YouTubers out here that they try to call out people who speak against the injustice against our people, but they basically do what they try to ridicule. They'll come out here and complain about the black woman or complain about the black man or black people in general, but yet they won't call out the things that people of other ethnicities do or the system that we're in as a whole. And you got these people out here, that all day long they'll ridicule their own people, talk about how we need to do this and do that, but they don't stand back and observe the overall system that we're in and the things that keep us in these certain type of conditions. And I'm not saying that we don't contribute to some of our faults, but at the same time you have to understand the game that you're being played. And you got cats talking about hair, I've said that before. I think brothers need to get away from this whole weave shit. If you don't want a woman that has an extension or whatever, or have a weave in her hair, whatever, don't date them. I remember India.Arie came out with a song called I'm Not My Hair. I thought it was a great song because I think a lot of times within our community we put each other in certain classes, or we judge each other strictly by your hair. You have kind of a silkier texture. You're considered mixed, or you're considered better, or you have good hair, or if you have an extension to your hair, you're considered the typical black woman, or you're ghetto, or you're ignorant. So you'd be surprised of the certain type of connotations that people put on each other simply by their hair. Or for an example, you have a brother out here might have some braids in their hair, he's a thug, he's gonna rob you. So it's crazy out here with this whole hair thing. And obviously it's something that's I'm not gonna say important, but it's something that is on the mind of a lot of black folks here in this country. And I just think we need to get away from that. It's more important things to talk about besides hair. And then you got black women out here talking about the black men, acting like, we're all trifling, we're all locked up, we all don't want to take care of our responsibilities, or, you're complaining about your baby's father, or, how, quote unquote, niggas ain't shit. But then you never fall back and realize that, what have I played into this? Maybe I'm picking the wrong type of man. It takes two to create a baby. You don't look at your faults. You just look at what the man so-called doing to you. And this is just women in general. A lot of times women don't like to take responsibility for things. They like to set things up to where when the shit hits the fan, they can blame everything on somebody else. And women are just like that, in general. Not all, but there's most of the time women just don't want to take responsibility for anything. But you got people out here that's complaining about things within the black community, but they won't call out anything else that's going on that's affecting our community. And I find that to be kind of hypocritical, because you have these people who will go against people who are trying to speak truth to power, or try to educate their people, or put ideas out there, try to get our people to mobilize, or just live better lives, to eat right, to take care of our children, and so on and so on. But when it comes to speaking about things outside that are every day, that are destroying our community, destroying the black community as a whole, they have nothing to say. They give them the excuse. And I think, again, these are undercover samples. These are people who are quick to, they've been conditioned to call out black people's faults, but when it comes to other things that are going on, they don't say anything. And you know, I mean, if you know, there's a lot of you know, big YouTubers out here. You know, and I know it's just a game we in. You know, neither if you're black, either you're cooning or you're talking about the black woman, or you're doing comedy, or you know, you're entertaining in some type of form of fashion. It's really, you know, somebody who actually gets out here and speaks about things of substance that really has a big fan base. And the only cat I really can think of, there's probably a few out there that I'm not familiar with, but the only cat I can really think of is the nigga with the tattoos. I don't know if you guys check him out, but he makes pretty good videos. You know, I talk to him here and there, you know, through Facebook or whatever. He's pretty big on here, and you know, he speaks of things that are of substance. Do I agree with everything he says? No. And you know, we've had our discussions about certain issues and things, but you know, one thing I respect about the brother is that he knows how to speak. He knows how to listen to other people's point of view and then voice his point of view, and then understand that we all at the end of the day just want better for our people. So you know, he's one of the guys out here that, you know, has a big fan base and speak about things of substance. But you got a lot of sambos and coons out here too that basically make a profit, or have a lot of exposure, or a lot of subscribers, simply because they downgrade their own people. Whether they're talking about the black man, or they're talking about the black woman, or just talking about black people as a whole. And you got these white people, you know, sitting around like, look at these niggers. They don't realize that they're going against each other. And the whole plan is to, you know, just divide and conquer. That's been the structure since the beginning of time. And a lot of black people just are not educated, or don't read, or don't really understand, sit back and look and observe and understand what we're up against. And you know, a lot of these white people out here cooning, you downgrade your people, you know, you trying to go against people who are actually out here trying to be positive, or do something for the black community, or you know, educate themselves, whether it be at the college level or just self-educating yourself. People out here that are trying to be a positive role model to the black community, or that are displaying positivity. You try to go against them, but at the same time, you don't understand that that's what a lot of these people want you to do. You know, you got these people who don't give a damn about the black community, just basically want to make a dollar off of sitting back like, look at these niggas. They don't realize that we're putting them against each other. They don't realize that they're being detrimental to their own people. So, you know, for you sambos that's out there, again, I want you to wake the fuck up. I want you to sit back and observe. I want you to be quiet, turn the motor mouth off for a minute, stop talking about black women or black men, or, you know, what the black community needs to do, or ridiculing the black community. And I want you to sit back, and I want you to observe the whole picture. I want you to take your black ass to the library. Go pick up a book. Read. Do your own investigation. Learn about things. Learn your history. And then, maybe, just maybe, you will have a more broader overall look of the conditions that we're in. And stop tearing down and ridiculing your own people.